Oh fuck, let me start this shit up. Alright, YouTube. Yeah, close some stuff out real quick. Alright, so Tubi. YouTubing time. Or YouTube. So, I'm gonna be doing the, let me start this shit. So, I'm gonna be doing the Brainstorm CTF. It's a, buffer overflow, um, reverse engineering CTF, so. Shit, so we're basically gonna be using buffer overflows to get remote code execution on the server and get the root flag, right? Which I've already done all this because I'm the fucking goat. But that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna open up my virtual machine real quick. I already have all my files and stuff set up for the exploit. So these are what I'm gonna be using for the exploit. You can just copy all this down if you want to, or you can make your own Python files. I'll be filling all this stuff out as I'm going through it, based off of my overflow.txt, like my cheat sheet basically. And then my fuzzer, I already have it all set up to fuzz. So I'm gonna be doing obviously on my local subnet with my virtual machine. So I have the IP of my virtual machine right here, and then I'll show you what we're gonna be doing as we get into it. So mm, 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 mm. So I already have my immunity debugger. For the CTF, you're gonna need the immunity debugger and MonaPy. So you can get the MonaPython script at their GitHub, and you just want to download that shit, and then get immunity debugger. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing, you can use whatever you want to use. I would just recommend doing this because this is how I was taught. Honestly, I don't really know any other ways to do it, so. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna be doing. So you can just go download this, the 1.85 installer, and then you just want to open file location and go to py commands and put MonaPy in here. So yeah, you want to put Mona inside there, and then you have access to the Mona commands inside of the debugger, right? So it's my fairy tale. I don't know why this shit fucks up every time I restart it, but so I'm gonna delete this stuff right here from when I was last doing this. And yeah, let's take a look here. So I'm not gonna bother rescanning the machine because I've already scanned it and I already know what's going on in there. I just know it's port. They have the FTP port open, which if you were to let me actually connect to actually let me connect to my virtual VP from the VPN real quick so that I'm actually inside their network. So I'll just make a directory called executables, cd executables. I don't want it to be all retarded. So basically they have the FTP port open for anonymous connections, so we can just go here, anonymous, and just connect real quick. We don't need to use a password. And then we'll use ls, and we see that there's a directory called chat server, so we can just hop in here, take a look what's going on. And then we see these two files, right? So we're in ASCII data mode, and we can't use ASCII for transferring these files because it's not in an ASCII format. So we have to use binary, right? And then you want to use mget and use a star for all, so it'll get everything within this directory, and it'll just download everything, transferring through binary. And once we do that, we can just quit out of here. And now we have these two fuckers. So I'm gonna open up Tunar to open my file manager, and I'm gonna drag this shit into my Brainstorm. Drag and drop failed? What the fuck? Drag and drop is bidirect. Okay. Why is drag and drop failing? V-Bucks. Okay. Oh, it's weird that drag and drop's failing. Whatever. You just want to drag and drop it. Oh, that's a little bit sketchy there. Okay. I don't know why this is not letting me drag and drop. Okay, well, maybe I can just copy it. Control C. No, I can't paste. Alright, I'm just gonna open a command prompt then and just invoke request URL. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use invoke web dash request and pull it from Python 3. Just make a Python server here and get my local IP address. So paste that in, port 8000. Okay, we came in. Okay. So we want to get the chat server.exe. I'm going to output that as chat server.exe. Can we not invoke web requests? Oh, is that only on PowerShell? Do we have PowerShell? Yeah, we do. Invoke web dash request HTTP. Paste that in. Chat server.exe and output that as chat server.exe. It's not recognized as a commandlet. How do you fucking, I can't remember. Is this not how you do it? No. Okay, let me search that real quick. Invoke web request. Invoke dash web request. Okay. Nope, that did not work. Alright, well, let's just fucking. I'm probably typing it wrong or something. I don't know. Let's see here. It's not organized as the name of commandlet. Are you fucking with me? Like invoke dash web request. I like when the kush gets good. Alright, well I guess that's, I don't know. Just try to read. Okay, now I can transfer. Okay, whatever, man. We got transferred in. So with our immunity debugger, we're just going to open this up. So chat server, and then we'll see it. We can have the executable right here. We can run it, and so now we see we're running the chat server on our own machine, right? So we can come back to our machine here and nc 192.168.1.69, which is the IP for my local machine, the local IPv4 address. Connect to quad 9 as the port they're using, and then we see this shit right here. So enter username, we'll just say black, write a message, fanboy. Alright, so we see some shit went in there, chat server, write on a message, or whatever, right? So we want to fuzz this and see how many bytes it takes to overflow the buffer, right? And I already know the buffer is on the message, not the username. The buffer overflows on the message, not the username, so that's what I'm going to be trying to overflow here. So I'm going to go to my Emacs. I'm going to go to my fuzzer here. I already have it all set up, so I have my IP I want to use. The timeout. So basically, I'll explain how this works, because I'm like, kind of the one I'm assuming everybody doesn't know what I'm doing. The way this works is, we're using a Python script to send 100 bytes of A. So we're just sending 1 byte, which will be A, which in decimal form will be 41, right? So we'll be able to see that when we look in there. And then we're going to specify the username as, it doesn't really matter what it is. And then when we come down here, so while true, we're going to try. So we're using the try statement from Python, or the try conditional. Is it conditional or loop? The try conditional. So we're going to try this shit. And yeah, so we're going to connect to the IP import. We're going to receive the 1024 bytes from the port information whenever it sends us. And then we're going to send our username, so which is going to be the first send, right? And then we're going to receive whatever input they put back to us. And then we're going to start fuzzing. So we're going to send our bytes, which will be our string, which would be 100 times A, right? So it'd be 100 A's. And we're going to send that, and then we're going to get the receive. So if, and then it'll keep going and doing this, because it's while true, it'll keep trying this over and over again. And it'll string plus equals 100 times A. So it'll keep on adding 100 A's to the end of the string. And keep trying this until this fails. So if it fails to create a connection because the connection crashes, then it'll print out and say it crashed at this amount of bytes, okay? And then we'll X out of the Python script. I don't know if I explained that exactly well, but that's how it works. So I can just open up my shell here, and if I run fuzzer.py, it should just start fuzzing. And we just let this thing run. I think it's, I'm pretty sure it was like 2,000 bytes or something last time I did it. Oh, I'm not the retail. Alright, so fuzzing crashed at 2.2k. Cool beans. So we can hop into our exploit.py here and set our offset to 2.2k. Right? I already have this set up. So this, the way this one works is obviously IP port, username, our offset for overflow. So we're gonna be sending 2,200 A's. The rest of the shit we'll get onto later, and then we just all concatenate that into our buffer here, and then we get our socket connection, right? And then we connect, we send our username, receive information, then we send the buffer, and then it's done. And this should crash the server. So I'm gonna go into my overflow.txt here because we're gonna want to do this beforehand. So I'm gonna control insert to copy an Emacs, and we can just close this out, open a new file, and then come down here. We want to set our current working directory. So this will set our current working directory as chat server within the Mona fucker, right? So when we're doing our bit arrays and address finding and shit, it knows what directory we'll be looking at. So once we do that, then we want to do so let me take a look. So metasplit. Okay, so we want to generate our pattern. Oh yes, we don't actually do offset. We don't actually set up our offset yet. We want to first fuzz for the actual offset. So yeah, I'm gonna be copying this entire thing, and it says plus 400 here, so we're gonna make it fucking what's it called? 2.6 22 2600, right? So I can just shift insert this, and we want to make it 2600. I'm gonna go back over here. Okay, why is this acting retarded? God damn it, this fucking shit ass fucking. Yeah, no such file directory. I know that, dumbass. That's why I'm trying to fucking change it. But you have cancer. So, okay, buffer overflow. Oh, it's because it's not actually in there. It's in here. Alright, there you go. So we generated our pattern. And now we want to go back to our exploit and paste this into our payload field. Go to our shell here. Python 3 exploit.py. Let's make sure this fucker is running. So run that bitch. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything from our cheat sheet here. So we do that, call that to payload and send the Python. Roger that. And then we want to find the distance to the offset. Okay. Roger. So we sent our buffer. Now we want to find the MSP difference. So we want to put our difference in that we used, which was 2600. What the fuck? One other thing beep at me. Did I do this generation right? Metasploit 2600 I did. Yeah, so it should just Mona find extra characters online. What are you talking about? Oh, there's a space right here. Alright, so we'll let Mona examine this fucker. Let's take a look here. So we want to look for our actual offset, which will be, so EIP, so the instruction pointer, so the pointer to the next instruction on the stack, is at offset 2012. So that's the one we're going to be wanting to use for our exploit.py here. So we can just get rid of all this shit. And then we want to do 2012 here. And then if we change our return address, I'm going to change it to quad B because we're doing as. And this should change our EIP, so our next instruction pointer, to just 42 times 4, right? Because we're doing the B's, which decimal number for that is 42 in ASCII, I'm pretty sure. So Python, let's exit this out, come back here, open that fucker up. And so we're gonna test this, run that fucker, Python 3. So we sent our buffer. So our EIP should be overwritten by quad B here. Yeah, so instruction pointer is written. So we know we can override our EIP now. So now we just need to find our ESP, which will be our jump address. And luckily for us, there's no bad chars in this one, except for obviously null terminator. Other than that, there's no bad chars, so we're gonna be pretty good. So return address, we'll get rid of that. Payload. So we don't even need to do much of anything here. But we're just going to go to generate bad chars. Let's generate. So generate bad chars. Yeah, we don't need to do anything here actually, because it'll automatically get rid of the null terminator was. So we can run generate bad chars here. Copy and paste this entire thing. Go into our exploit. Paste this to our payload. And just send this fucker. Alright, let's go to our buffer overflow.txt. So yeah, normally we'd have to do a byte array and search for the correct bytes, but we already have the correct bytes because there's no bad chars within this one. So we just need to find the address of ESP. We want to find the address of ESP. So find jump point to the return address, which is find the yeah, so we're just gonna run this shit. The ESP is our stack pointer, so it points to the top of our stack, right? And I'm gonna run this, and then let's go to shell, Python 3, exploit.py, send that, come into here. The only bad chars we have are the null terminator. So we're gonna scan for that. So to find our pointers, so we found this right here. So let's copy this address. Or we can just copy address, hopefully. So yeah, the reason we want to find a jump to the ESP is because ESP is a stack pointer, right? So the our instruction pointer, we're gonna replace the instruction pointer with this address. The next instruction pointer will be here, and this will jump to our stack pointer, and our stack pointer will be pointing to our payload, which will be our shell code that we're gonna be injecting, which will give us a reverse shell in the system. Okay. So we come back to so we come back to our exploit here. So that's gonna be our return address. Is going to be this, but we need to obviously put it in little endian. So it's gonna go df 145062. Okay, cool. We can get rid of our payload here. And we can put some padding in here also. So we're gonna put some no operations. I'm gonna make that 16, so 16 bytes of padding. No operations, it just don't execute anything. So they're not like these bullshit bytes. All they'll do is just go to the next byte in line for operation, for the next instruction. So we want to go and generate our shell code now. So we can go back into buffer.txt. We're gonna use MSF Venom to generate our shell code. All right, let's go back to our shell. Paste this in here. So bad chars are gonna be, the null terminator. Obviously, we don't want that in there. Local port is going to, or local host is going to be not our IP address for our VPN, not our ton 0, but our actual local address. So we'll paste that in there. This will generate our shell code. So let's take this, go back into exploit.py. I'm just gonna paste it up here real quick. No, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck did I just do? Okay, let me recopy this. Exploit.py, copy and paste that. I'm just gonna replace string quotation mark with nothing. Actually, I need to get rid of the get rid of these fucking new line characters. Alright, yeah. So when I go to the first line and then to the end of the line, it just takes up the entire thing. So you can just take that, put that into our payload. Okay. This is missing. Fuck, I accidentally deleted that shit. Okay, I fucked this up right here too. What was this one? Shell. It says XB7. Looks like. No, it wasn't. Okay. Must have been XB0. What the fuck? Why is this thing fucking retarded? XB. So after the third XB is what we want to get here. Oh, so it was XB0, okay. Alright, that should fix that. Yeah, that should be good. Should be Gucci right there. I think that's all we're gonna need actually for our thing. Let's get rid of this just random string here. And let's go to our shell. Let's go Python exploit. So we can come into here. Let's reopen up the chat server. And so when we run this, let me just set up a netcat listener real quick. This should run our shell code and give us a reverse shell. Unless I fuck something up, which chance of me fucking something up is pretty high. Oh, no, we did it. Connection was received. I think I might have deleted a byte or something because it's fucked up. Yeah, let me go back into here and make sure this is right. Well, I don't need to worry about doing that. Let's just go on to the next one because it doesn't really matter that our thing didn't get a reverse shell in here. It matters the real one, so we can just go change this up. So let's go back into here, get the IP address, paste that in there. It is port quad 9 still. Let's get rid of this because we're going to change up our MSF Venom call here. So let's shift insert this. L host will be our ton 0. So let's inject that into there. Oh. And that should be good right there. So generate this shit. Exploit.py, let's paste that into there. And then let's replace string with nothing. Okay. Alright, cool. Go back to our shell here. Go to the end, and let's go to... We don't need to go anywhere, we can just run this fucker. Python 3, exploit.py. So sent our buffer, there we go, we're on the system. Oh. Okay, so all we need to do is go to /users. And I think it was Drake, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go dir desktop. And we can do type root.txt. So to cat it out. And we get a root.txt file, right? So pretty easy CTF overall, just basic buffer overflow exploitation, reverse engineering with immunity. Pretty easy. Thanks for watching the video. If you want more, just let me know in the comments, some shit, I don't know. Peace out. Oh, I terminated, not fucking goddamn it.